welcome. Lovely to be with you. So, of course, a reminder, in a week and a half, we'll have our second spring retreat. So I do hope you can join. Please sign up soon. Don't wait till the last minute and not get your link. Now, people are tired of me saying this, but we are in Mercury in retrograde, and been a couple of people who've been missing sessions, getting confused about the time and this and that happens. But I don't want you to be confused for the retreat. I want you there. I want you on time so that we can start, all of us together. So that's May 12th through the 14th. That is in a week and a half. So looking forward to being with you there. Okay, so today I'd like to speak about, let me start that over. Today I'd like to speak about ignoring samsara and implanting a holy intention. So on the spiritual path, on this path of Kundalini, one of the things that happens is the energy will bring forth old patterns of thought. And so if you have OCD type of thinking, if you have overly desirous or grasping type of thinking, if you have the grass is always greener type of thinking, if you have very strong, persistent emotions, the Kundalini energy is going to bring those things to the surface, to be cleared out, to be healed. And one of the teachings that I'd like to offer today is we have to master this skill of ignoring things within us, thoughts, emotions, feelings, sensations, which are not true, And then we compassionately, conscientiously bring our attention to that which we do want, that which is the truth. The reason I say compassionately is because one of the most wonderful, loving things you can do for yourself is for you to listen to the truth of your heart. One of the most destructive things you can do is listen to the voice of fear as it keeps you up all day and all night long, just repeating a story of the past, a story of coulda, woulda, shoulda, or a story of if this didn't happen, or if I didn't make that choice, whatever it is. We need to let go of the past. We need to allow the past to die. We need to allow our discursive thoughts, our negative thoughts, our unhelpful thoughts, the thoughts that hold us back. We need to allow them to die. And one of the ways we allow them to die is by ignoring them. I'm going to say something silly, like I often do, but when I was a little boy, the coolest store that I could ever imagine going to was a skateboard shop. I loved going to a skateboard shop, looking at a new board, new wheels, new trucks, new bearings, just like the whole setup. They'd have a TV in there, those plain VHS videos, this before YouTube. And I'd be so excited, to be in one of these stores. Now that I'm an adult, I actually live in a town that has many skateboard shops and snowboard shops and like basically toy shops for big kids, And I'm no longer interested in them. I walk on by. I'm not in there salivating, over the latest toys to play with. Now I can say when I was a teenager, one of the coolest shops was the liquor store, again. But now, it's like there's so many liquor stores in this little town I live in, and actually marijuana dispensaries as well. But I'm not excited about them. I ignore them. I keep on driving by. I keep walking by. And I can even remember when I was young, I went, when I was 18 or 19, I went to Amsterdam. I ended up in the red light district. That's where all the cool people hung out. And I saw, two types of shops, the red light shops, where, who knows what went on in there. But I just remember being, subtly pulled in that direction. But I was like, no, I don't want to go in there. I don't know what goes on there, but I don't want to go in there. And then there were the, in Amsterdam, again, like they had these marijuana cafes. And I was like, no, I'm not going to go in there either. I'm going to stay in the truth. I'm going to resist the pull. I'm going to ignore these things. And one of the things that I noticed, that even though like as a kid, like when I was in Amsterdam, I was fascinated by the people going in and out of the stores and like, what were they doing? What were they up to? I also noticed that the general public, in the city of Amsterdam, they walked by these stores like they did not exist. Like they did not exist. They were just going to work, or they were rushing their kids, and pushing their kids in strollers, taking them to school, or riding them on the bike to school. And on the spiritual path, we really have to ask ourselves, what is the truth? And am I intending to walk in this direction? Am I invoking the truth? Or am I engaging with the things that are not the truth? That are not the truth. And sometimes we engage, with the trauma mind, the trauma vortex, just repeating the story over and over again in our head. And sometimes it's very, very helpful to ignore the story, but then to choose to be with the feelings of pain that are here, to breathe through it, And as we breathe through it, then the trauma is liberated. But when we stay on the surface with the story, if we stay, continually chasing egoic desires, then we become an addict. And so what I'd like to do right now is I'd invite you all just to close your eyes. And what we're going to do is we're going to scan the 8 chakra centers. We're going to do it very quickly. The first thing is I want you to notice, is there a force of habit repeating itself in the center? So we're going to start with the root chakra. And so as you close your eyes and as you begin to breathe into the root, I want you to notice, what is the habit that is here? What's the habit? So in your root, do you feel fear? Do you feel loneliness, isolation? Do you feel neediness? A lot of people will feel just numbness. So the habit is simply that the chakra center is not awake. And so whatever is there that is untrue, we're just going to take a moment and just to gently ignore, gently forget about the old habit. And then I want you to ask yourself to set a holy intention for your root chakra. The root chakra is the area of the ground where you know yourself as oneness with the earth. It's this foundational stability, it's foundational strength, this unity with nature. So I want you to find something that's true for the root chakra. And so perhaps together we set the intention, the holy intention, to plant the seeds of strength, a quiet and noble strength within the root chakra. As we're invoking a sense of rootedness in the root chakra. You can even invoke invite these roots to grow out of the bottom of the pelvis, down the legs, the feet, into the earth itself. So we may have started with a primal sense of fear in the root. We're ignoring that fear, and in this moment, we are invoking a sense of rootedness, a sense of strength, a non-dual oneness, the strength, the power, the radiance of the earth. As we gently release that, we'll just let the root continue to root into the earth. And I invite you to come into the second chakra center. The second chakra center often have energies, memories of relationships with our family, our parents, and all this unconscious material. Do I feel safe in relationship? Does my partner support me? Do I have a good job? These are the second chakra type of habitual thoughts. And whatever's there, again, I'm going to invite you just to gently ignore that. Anything that's untrue. And from a place of holy intention, I want you to find a new truth that you're planting here. I am loved and I am supported here on planet Earth. I am loved and I am supported. Be a very noble, holy intention for the second chakra. Good things come to me. I attract healthy, happy, positive relationships. I am supported by divine grace here on planet Earth. I am a manifestation of the truth of God in form. So I invite you to find a very powerful second chakra truth. Plant the seed here, seeing yourself strong in relationship with life. Strong, happy, healthy in relationship to your fellow human beings. Strong, happy, healthy in relationship to your family. Strong, happy, healthy in intimate relationships. To really see yourself living in the truth, being in the truth, supported by the truth. Supported financially, mentally, emotionally, supported by the earth. So we're planting this seed of holy intention in the second chakra. Just inviting that to continue to shine, to light up, to radiate. And we're coming into our third chakra center. Normally the center of our personal will. In the last, 4 years, often most of us, our personal will has got really fired up and challenged. Political chaos, fired up and challenged by the pandemic and everyone's thoughts and politics around safety and vaccines and all that kind of stuff. We might have been challenged if we lost our job or lost our work or took a beating, financially from the lockdowns, who knows? And so sometimes there could be heaviness in relationship to our personal will, our personal kind of expression of our vocation. And so whatever the past was, we're letting the past die. That's what it means to ignore. So we're letting the past die. Now we're choosing to plant the seed of truth in the third chakra center. My will is in alignment with my highest nature. My work, my effort is in alignment with my highest nature. And so I want you to find something to plant in the realm of will. Perhaps something you want to manifest or bring forward. I will heal this year. I will fully awaken in this lifetime. My thoughts, words, and speech will be in alignment with the truth. I want you to find something to plant in your third chakra center. Awakening your will, your power to stand behind this truth, to infuse this truth, to welcome it forward. You take a deep breath. I want you to feel the first three chakra centers, almost like this. Foundational strength. And so when we're unconscious, the first three chakra centers, we have unconscious forces running. When we are conscious, the Kundalini can flow right through the central channel. There's a feeling of foundational strength, rootedness, power, nobility. So building upon this strength, standing upon this strength, we feel into the heart. And just gently noticing that there's old painful memories of the past still floating around or veiling the space of the heart. Can you take a deep breath, letting the past die? Really feeling into your heart, asking the truth, the beauty, and the innocence of your heart to come forward. So the seeds, the invocational seeds we're planting in the heart, seeds of love, seeds of compassion, seeds of forgiveness. We are watering the seeds of beauty, of innocence, of purity. Of purity. That you breathe into your heart, just seeing, envisioning, intending that your heart grows beyond the constrictive framework of the past. Seeing yourself outgrowing the past. Outgrowing the past. Inviting the present radiance, the present love, the presence of compassion and forgiveness, innocence and beauty to expand beyond the edges, the physical frame of the heart, the physical frame of the chest, pouring out into your room, into your home, to the sky above, blessing the entirety of the body, invoking the presence of love, great love. Okay. Boy, does that feel lovely. And so then we're coming up into the throat chakra, just noticing if there's any congestion in the throat chakra, any things that we've held on to, any things we've repressed. And again, just allowing the past to die. Throat is a point of expression. It's a gateway to the divinity of the heart. And so we're inviting the heart to shine up into the throat. And then I'll ask you, well, what is your sacred intention for the throat chakra? What do you want to express this coming spring, this coming summer, this coming fall? What do you want to express, bring forth, give birth to in this lifetime? And so inviting the love, the purity of the heart, the strength of the first three chakra centers to create a vision that'll flow forward out of the throat chakra. Seeing yourself happy, laughing, smiling, joyous, doing good work here on planet Earth, healing and awakening. Beautiful. So we come up into the third eye. You may notice what dead, boring, dry, habitual, negative thoughts have been floating around in my consciousness. And am I willing to let the habitual nature of ego in the space of the mind die? Am I willing to ignore this repetitious dance of the mind, and from a place of radical openness and freshness, the energies of spring? What thoughts do you want in your mind? What intentions? Perhaps creative visions, lighthearted visions, Buddha visions, Christ-like visions, happy, joyous, compassionate visions. Picking one, picking a few, planting the seeds of joy, goodness, clarity, intelligence, divine intelligence, flowing through the space of your mind. Beautiful. And I invite you to feel into the crown chakra and just noticing. The crown, often there's not much thinking there, but sometimes there's the habit of being closed, the habit of doubting, the habit of ignoring grace. And can we set the intention right now to have the habit of being eternally open to grace, eternally open to love, eternally open to the truth, eternally open to having a friend in Jesus, in the divine masters. Having a friend in these holy streams of angels, grace of light. It's pouring down into our crown chakra, into our body. Beautiful. So opening more fully here. And then I invite you, I'm going to go up into the 8th chakra center here. If you imagine about 1.5 feet, it's about 0.5 meter above your head. For some of us, again, like the habit might just be that we're asleep here. And so as I snap my fingers, we're waking up here. Waking up. Waking up. Our 8th chakra center. Stepping into a space of divine holiness. Inviting the immense holiness of your being to come online. To see yourself, your divine form, your holy form. Setting the intention to more fully get to know this center, to explore this center. And for some of you, you may notice that your Kundalini from below the root, flowing up all the way through the central channel, pouring out the top of the head, and flowing into your divine realm of divinity, your unique heaven realm. And can you open here? Can you stabilize here? Can you set the intention to live from this higher place of holiness? This higher place of holiness. So you can just gently open your eyes if you like, and beginning to notice, how do I feel now? If we just take 10 minutes and go through the chakra centers and cleaning house, letting go of that which is old and dead. Again, ignoring the past means letting the past die, and setting a holy intention to live in alignment with your highest truth. Your highest truth in each of the centers. And so this is a little meditation that you can play with, and you can do it a couple times a day if you feel like you've stepped back into old habits. But ultimately, this flow of Kundalini within you, it doesn't want to live in the past at all. It doesn't want to live in the past at all. It wants to live eternally in the present. So it can't be all clogged up with the past. It wants to live in a world of radiance, of light, of beauty, of strength, of power, divine manifestation. The truth of Kundalini is not for you to identify with the voices of victimhood. Rather, for you to identify with the voices, or rather the realms of inner holiness. Of holiness. And so anyways, okay, so I'm going to turn off the live